नमस्कार. आयच्या या खाशेल्या सत्ताग्रहा भितर तुमकां सगळ्याक येवकार. आज आमी हे लेट नाईट ब्रॉडकास्ट घेवन येतात कारण प्रधानमंत्री मोदींची स्पीच जाली. त्या स्पीचाक तुम्ही लोकांचो रिस्पॉन्स पळयलो. तांणी जे मुद्दे रेज केल्यात ताजेर आमी भासाभास करतात. एक म्हत्वाची स्पीच ह्या कॅम्पेनांतली अशें म्हणपा जाता की BJPन आपले कॅम्पेन आज टॉप गियराक घाले ही प्रचार सभा आयोजीत करून. 3 मानेस्त तुमचे बरोबर जॉईन जातात ही प्रधानमंत्र्यांची स्पीच एनालायज करपा खातीर. पहिले म्हजे बरोबर जॉईन जातात ते गोंय विद्यापीठाचे प्रोफेसर निलेशबाब बोर्डे. दुसरे म्हाका जॉईन जातात गोंयांतले नामनेचे आदवोगाद आनी राजकीय विश्लेशक सिद्धार्थबाब सामंत. सिद्धार्थबाब वेलकम. आणि तिसरे म्हाका जॉईन जातात गोंयांतले अनेक नामनेचे आदवोगाद आणि राजकीय विश्लेशक दक्षिणेसान आमकां जॉईन जातात क्लिओफास बाब कुतीन. क्लिओफास बाब
ऑलवेज अ प्लेजर टू बी.
क्लिओफास बाब वेलकम. म्हाका खबर आहा आमी शेनवारा रातीन हांवें तुमकां तुमी ज्या जाग्यार आसात थंयच्यान हाडून हांगा लायव्ह करपाक आमी हें करतात. सो सुरवात क्लिओफास बाब हांव तुमचे कडच्यान करतां. वॉट इज युअर इनिशियल रिएक्शन टू द स्पीच आणि जे मुद्दे रेज केले वन बाय वन त्या मुद्द्यांचेर या. बट वील टेक द ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स फर्स्ट अँड देन वील मूव अहेड.
I would have been very happy if some special Goa specific issues were taken up, except the conference center. I don't think anything much has been spoken about. The tourism boom is there from 1991 onwards. I don't think there is any major contribution of the government. But anyway, if he wants to take the credit, let us give him the credit. But I would have been very happy if he had given his report card and told us, based upon his manifesto, what is Goa specific.
Okay.
Like, we were expecting something on the Madai issue. We were expecting something on protection of Goa, expecting something on how not to get overwhelmed. But all that has not happened. And one more thing I will tell you. He told us that Congress is going to get Article 370 back. He told us about the inheritance tax. He told us about 55% tax. I don't think it is there on their manifesto. It would have been good if he had dissected his own manifesto and told us what he wants to do.
ओके. सिद्धार्थ बाब हांव स्ट्रेट तुमचे म्हऱ्या येता. तुमचे ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स आणि फर्स्ट रिएक्शन ऑन दिस स्पीच ऑफ द प्राईम मिनिस्टर.
It is going to totally change the mood of voters in Goa. First aspect of the matter. As far as these elections are concerned, this is not a Goa specific or a Goa centric election. This is an election for the parliament and not state legislature. So to speak only for the purpose of Goa would not do justice to his visit, nor do justice to the democracy, nor do justice to the election process itself. But तातूंतल्या तातूंत त्यांनी इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स सेंटर म्हणला, मागीर फिशरमॅन्स तो कोणाक बेनिफीट जावपाचो आसा, वेडिंग डेस्टिनेशना बद्दल तो उलयलो तो कोणाक बेनिफीट जावपाचो आसा. सो गोंयच्या बद्दल त्यांनी भरपूर कितें उलयला. त्यांनी गोवा एक पळय कसलेच राजकारण न करता फक्त 2 सीट आसतना सुद्धा गोंया खातीर सदांच गोवा हॅज ऑलवेज बीन अ ब्लू आयड बॉय ऑफ द एंटायर नेशन. गोवा सदांच एंटायटलमेंटा परस भरभरून ह्या सरकारान दिला. 14 सुद्धा 19 सुद्धा. रोड म्हणा, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर म्हणा, प्रोजेक्ट म्हणा, हॉस्पिटल्स म्हणा. आता एक नवीन एम्साची सुद्धा चीफ मिनिस्टरान हे केला अँड दॅट इज ऑल्सो कमिंग इन साऊथ. सो टू से दॅट देर इज एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग इन गोवा, इट्स लाईक रुटीन स्पीचेस ऑफ ऑपोजिशन हू से द बजेट कितें ना आमच्या खातीर कांयच ना. त्यातूंतलेंच हे एक स्टेटमेंट. गोवा हॅज बीन गिवन far more than any other party could have received, and the BJP especially at the center has been more generous as far as Goan issues are concerned, Goan ethos is concerned, and Goan problems are concerned, and they are approaching it, trying to solve it,
Okay.
and trying to help Goa in whatever way it can.
ओके आम्ही डिटेल्सा भितर या बट निलेश बाब तुमचे ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स घेता आणि मागीर आम्ही डिटेल्सा भितर या निलेश बाब व्हॉट इज युअर फर्स्ट रिएक्शन
So my first reaction is that Pramod, this is more of a marketing. Let's understand this. With today they are selling a product. They're selling a product, and the problem is they are selling a product called Modi, and they're not selling a product called BJP. So it's not up ki bar Bhajapa Sarkar. It's not up ki bar Bhajapa Parivar. It's not up ki bar it's not BJP. It's all about not BJP ki guarantee. It's all about Modi ki guarantee. So it's become a very person specific marketing thing which they are doing extraordinarily well. And so today's speech probably was only to show people that Goa in his mind has got a very high level of position. So he always says that whether it was a first time PM announcement or whether his political moves, they've all begun from Goa.
He went
So
on
for
to say
him,
that
Goa
गोवा
is
में
more of an
मेरा भाग्य
emotional
लिखा
thing.
जाता है
Absolutely. As far as all that Cleophas Bab said, BJP has been pretty good at telling this to people 24/7, 365 days for the last 10 years. So by now, everybody knows things by heart. Whether it is Har Ghar Jal, Har Ghar Nal, Jan Dhan, people are now it has become very monotonous. It has been hammered on everybody's head so much. So today's thing was just to show that there are only 2 seats. See, he reiterated that. There are only 2 seats, but I do not bother about the number of seats the state has, but the kind of position Goa holds for me. So that marketing thing, the Nayak.
that emotional approach
His presence felt.
that emotional outreach
Emotional, I'm not sure, but marketing specific, very related. Related. So he's making things very relevant. He's saying that, you are not very important, in a political sense, not very important because there are only 2 seats. But from an emotional point of view or from a social point of view, I do not distinguish between the number of seats. So that is the most important part about this.
Yeah,
it's a statement.
Yeah, very interesting. क्लियोफा तुमचे मला येता फर्स्ट मुद्दो
No, but I fully agree with Bode that this was all about, because that is what I said in the beginning itself. This was all about himself.
ना
To that extent, I fully endorse Bode.
एक जो मुद्दो जाता व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग हा की तांणी गोंया येवन हो सेक्युलरिझमाचो इश्यू टच केलो आणि ही रिइटरेटेड दॅट सॅच्युरेशन अप्रोच संतुष्टीकरण नॉट तुष्टीकरण and real secularism is welfareism of all. So he is trying to push that point की काँग्रेसीचे किंवा ओपोजिशनाचो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑन सेक्युलरिझम आणि आपलो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑन सेक्युलरिझम आपले डेफिनेशन ऑफ सेक्युलरिझम हाव इट इज डिफरंट अँड हाव इट इज वेलफेअरिझम फॉर ऑल. डू यू थिंक क्लियोफास बाब that will percolate down?
See, as I look at it, I don't think there is need to define secularism anymore. Our concept of secularism has never been a Western concept as understood by other Western countries. But for us, it is an absolute inclusive approach. And when we talk of our secularism, for us it is an inclusive approach. And as I would look at it, that people, at least in Goa, have already taken a position as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. They have already taken the position. And this meeting was in a way to enthuse the cadres. It is a call to them to go further on. Whatever you have done is not enough. But at least on this issue, what he has raised, I don't think it is going to touch anybody more on this aspect at least.
This aspect
I don't
at least.
find anything different.
Siddharth Bab, he has made a very crucial point and a deliberate point to hammer his point home ki this is what secularism means to me. गोंया भितर जेन्ना वातावरण सदां इतली तापिल्लें आसा, do you think this definition of secularism will make an impact?
I will come to that little later, but can I touch this point of Modi, brand Modi? Because
Okay,
that
go
has
ahead.
been
Yes,
answered
yes, yes, yes.
First, I will take that, then I will come to secularism.
Yeah, please.
As far as Indian elections are concerned, right from first election till now, it has always been the central leader, the principal leader, who has always taken the center stage. नेहरूचे एक्झाम्पल घे. पहिली 3 इलेक्शन तुम्ही कोणाच्या नावावर चितल्या? नेहरू 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 करून जिंकूंक ना. इंदिरा गांधीचे एक्झाम्पल, उपरांतचे 3 इलेक्शन तुम्ही कोणाच्या नावावर जिंकला? इंदिरा 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 करून जिंकूंक ना. त्याच्या उपरांत राहुल गांधीचे एक्झाम्पल घे. कोणाच्या नावावर जिंकला तुम्ही? राहुल राहुल राजीव 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 म्हणून जिंकूंक ना तुम्ही. सो एज फार एज इंडिया इज कन्सर्न, this brand building was always there. Today technology has come in, that's the only difference. But except for Rao's tenure, because Rao did not come Rao म्हणून,
Right.
he came as a team. Except for that, everybody else has come on his name. And where there was a coalition government, where there was no clear-cut prime ministerial candidate like Manmohan Singh's time. Except for that, everybody has come on brand name only. That's about brand Modi. Now let us come to secularism. As far as secularism is concerned, India has always and always clear about our philosophy of secularism and Western philosophy of secularism. आता मोदी बाकीचे लोक जे अपोजिशन एलिगेशन करतात तातून त्याचे सेंट्रल थीम असा लाईक गरीब कल्याण, एअरपोर्ट, रोड, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर, गॅस पाईपलाईन, मनी फॉर फिशरमॅन, पेन्शन फॉर सिनियर सिटीजन, help for senior citizen. Ata, where is the question? This is the real secularism. Because when you deliver this across the spectrum of across the spectrum of the people, this is the only way the differences among the society will finally eradicate and all will come into mainstream.
Yeah.
So therefore, inclusiveness as far as government's policies are concerned, government's governors is concerned, and everybody's participation, I don't think so anybody can have any objection.
Okay.
So that's what sorry.
दिलेश भाऊ, याच मुद्द्याच्या तुमची मला येता की त्यांनी सिद्धार्थ भावाने तो टच केलं, डिफाइंड हिज idea of secularism, and then he went on speaking about housing for poor, middle class, gas connections at home, senior citizens insurance, fishermen, tourism, wed in India. So he spoke about that welfareism and then he started outlining his programs. Do you think it will make a very जेन्ना गोंया वातावरण आज इतलें सामकें तापिल्लें, पोलरायज जाल्ल्या भशेन आमकां दिसता, this speech can make an impact?
So it's like this. I agree with Cleophas Bab in a manner that his visit today was to motivate and encourage the cadres. See, 1 day speech or half an hour speech or 45-minute speech is not going to win you election. That requires a long drawn process which BJP is very, very good at. And they've already started doing it. Right? So that is not something that's going to win election. What is going to win election is the fact that how motivated the cadres are, which he did today. Not only did he motivate the cadres, he also told people that, okay, look, I'm keeping Goa as a special place in my mind, and I'm speaking about it, right? So I don't know, Dotor probably took my speaking a little adversely, thinking that I'm only saying that he's doing Modi. No, it's not that. I gave you a marketing concept that you have created a brand. I mean, that is a bigger brand than what you're talking about. Today, Modi is a bigger brand than Nehru or Indira is. So I think, that's a massive thing that's happened. So the point I'm trying to simply make here is the fact that, his coming today was only to make sure ते खुंटो हलवून पक्का करता म्हणटा पळय, तो तसली गजाल आयची. So he basically came to just make sure that everything is in place. Nothing beyond that, because I think the cadres are really doing a good job at their own level. Secularism, I mean, this is something that I would digress a bit from today's but I think, the definition of secularism, in fact, for the first time in my life, basically, I agree to this concept of secularism. I think when you talk about secularism, I think you're not trying to differentiate anybody in terms of level playing field on the basis of religion. I think that is secularism. Calling yourself an Indian first and a Hindu second, I think that is secularism. And to me, my opinion, I think that's making a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
And so I think for the first time that makes a lot of sense.
या क्लिफात हांव त्याच मुद्द्याचेर येता की तुमी जो टच केल्लो तुमच्या ओपनिंग रिमार्क्सा भितर तो म्हळ्यार आर्टिकल 370 मागीर इनहेरिटन्स टॅक्स ताणें ते फिशरमॅनाचें एग्जाम्पल दिलें तुमगे 2 बोट
Yeah.
असल्यार चल्याक एकूच बोट मेळटली म्हणून देन ही वेंट टू शेहजादे की एक्सरे मशीन एंड ही टच द EVM ऑल्सो द सुप्रीम कोर्ट लेटेस्ट
Correct,
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
correct,
जजमेंट
correct.
this attack on opposition how much dividends it is going to yield?
See, he has been doing that for a long time. It is nothing new. To my mind, this is not going to work, at least here.
Okay.
See, all these like 370, it is certainly not on their agenda. They have not put it in their manifesto. The inheritance tax is not in their manifesto, and the issue of EVM is not a Congress issue. One. Number two, it is the BJP when in 2009 when Congress came to power, the issue of EVM was also raised by them. It is not that it is raised by the Congress. It was officially raised by the BJP when they came to power in 2009. So, according to me, these are issues which the Prime Minister has been working on after the first phase of elections. See, the first phase of elections, I do not know what has happened. Some people say that it has not gone well for the BJP. Some people say that people did not vote because in any case Modi is going to come to power. And looks like this issue was also, like today's meeting in Goa, was to enthuse the cadres. This issue of inheritance tax is also to enthuse the cadres. Let us be very clear that as far as redistribution of assets of the country are concerned, it is a constitutional responsibility of any government to see that the assets of the country are evenly divided. Now, this does not mean, now, what is taxation all about?
Okay.
Taxation is all about redistribution only.
ओके सिद्धार्थ बाब हो जो अटॅक आसा जे मुद्दे हांवें लिस्ट आउट केले क्लिओफात बाबाक प्रश्न विचारतना हो जो अटॅक ऑन ओपोजिशन आसा गोंयच्या जनतेचेर ताजो कितलो प्रभाव पडटलो?
Certainly, Goa will be benefited, and Goa will look in a very positive way as far as the points that has been raised. Now, I will take inheritance tax, and it is not there in the catalog of a particular party. It may not be in the catalog, but your leaders have been giving speeches after speeches as far as that is concerned. How do you say? Now, second, EVM machines are not a part of our catalog. Fine, but then your people have been going to the courts. They are giving speeches. When you win, it's your victory. When you lose, instead of shouldering that defeat and taking responsibility for that defeat, you are blaming EVMs. So therefore, that EVM certainly, आजचो जो पळय Supreme Court'चो judgment आसा पळय काल आयला तो, that certainly hampers these people. As far as 2009 is concerned, there was no voters, VVPAT नाशिल्ले. So तेन्ना समजा EVMan कितें जर गडबड जाली जाल्यार ती सोदून काडपाची कसलोच थंय ट्रेल नाशिल्लो. Today there is a trail. So there is no question. That is what the Supreme Court judgment also says. Today there is trail which is available. So there is no question of any hanky-panky as far as EVM machines are
So
concerned.
will that make impact on the voter म्हणटा हांव?
Certainly, the bluff of the opposition is called. People will see through this. Now
Okay.
I will come to inheritance tax and I will just take 1 minute.
Yeah.
See, as far as government assets are concerned, redistribution, nobody will object and should not object. And constitutionally also it is correct. But to say, हाचे आम्ही काढून घेतले आणि गरिबांक दितले, that is not something which is called, that is not something which is constitutionally provided. If somebody has assets, he has paid his 33% taxes, he has paid his wealth tax, he has paid his GST, and he has acquired taxes. आता तेही व्हरूंक सोदता तुम्ही ताचे.
बरें हांव
That
आतां
is not something
ह्या
which is
ह्या इश्यूचेर हांव
constitutionally-
निलेश
that is
बाबा
not
म्हऱ्या वता
something-
हांव ह्या इश्यूचेर निलेश बाबा म्हऱ्या वता जे स्वता फायनान्सा भितरूय एक्सपर्ट आसात. तो जो मुद्दो हा जो ओपोजिशनाचेर तांणी हल्लाबोल केलो तो दोन्ही उलोवया निलेश बाब. एक फायनान्स रिलेटेड, इकॉनॉमिक्स रिलेटेड, टॅक्सेशन रिलेटेड इश्यू, इलेक्शन इश्यू करप, दुसरी गजाल, तो एक्सप्लेन करतना तुम्ही मार्केटिंग आणि ब्रँडिंगाचे बरें सुरवाती सांगिल्लें की ते सारखे फिशरमॅनाचे एग्जाम्पल दिवप की तुमची जर 2 बोटी आहात जाल्यार तुमगे भुरग्याक एकच बोट मेळटली म्हणून. सो प्लीज एलेबोरेट ऑन बोथ दीस पॉयंट्स.
So wealth tax was something that always existed in India,
Yeah.
but which was removed and abolished. So I think Congress is, I don't know, something is seriously wrong with the way Congress is dealing both at the macro level and at the micro level, making wrong statements at wrong times is something that probably Congress is getting very good at. And so that is a big basic problem. Whether it is good, bad, ugly, whether from economics point of view it is right or wrong, I mean, so the point is it is a perception, and that's the reason why I'm saying when you have a brand, so it's when you say Modi as a brand, in front of him, the only way you can actually win is to create a better policy, better pointers, and try and win over him. You can't win over him by making rhetorics which can be misperceived by people at large. And so and this is something BJP is very, very good at. They are extremely good at picking up self goals that other people do and capitalize and amplify it to such an extent that people start feeling that it has happened. What he has done is he has capitalized.
So you are
on
saying the pitch is workable.
mistakes that they have
You are
committed.
saying that the pitch is workable.
Absolutely workable.
ओके, हांव ताच्यात आमचे थर्ड अँड लास्ट रावंडा कडेन येता. क्लियोफात बाब जो ताणी मागीर टिपिकली विरियातो बाबाचे कॉन्स्टिट्युशनाचे स्टेटमेंट टच केलें आनी ताजे उपरांत आपल्याल्या दोनी कॅन्डिडेटांक उबे रावपा लायले आनी ताणी ही मेड दॅट पीच ऑल्सो. सो म्हाका जो निलेश बाबान ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स केल्ले की ब्रँडिंग आनी मार्केटिंगाचे त्या दोनी कॅन्डिडेटांक उबे रावन ताणी सारके हो आपलो उत्तरेचो कॅन्डिडेट, हो दक्षिणेचो कॅन्डिडेट, आपले हात बळकट करात, ही पिचय केली. सो फायनली दॅट पीच वॉज ऑल्सो मेड. ऑन ग्राउंड आतां तुमी दक्षिणे आसात, सिद्धार्थ बाब उत्तरेक आसात. ऑन ग्राउंड ह्या पिचीचो कितलो प्रभाव पडटलो आनी वॉट इज द एक्झिस्टिंग सिच्युएशन?
See, as I've told earlier also, elections are not won and lost on public meetings.
Yeah.
I am only repeating these meetings are to enthuse the cadres. To that extent, he has done his job. How strong the Congress party's organization is or how weak it is, and how much the workers of BJP work towards getting the people to the polling booth will finally matter. But finally, we also have to keep in mind that all these things work based upon a narrative.
Yeah.
Nilesh Bab rightly pointed out that they are very good at highlighting certain issues that should not have been spoken about at these times.
Yeah.
Because finally, election time is a very sensitive matter. It is not college education debate or college debate. At college debates, we can discuss so many things which need not be discussed at election time.
Correct.
There, I think Nilesh is fully right. But I don't believe that this was these type of meetings or this type of issues will have any much this on the electorate.
You are
It
saying
will
that
certainly have to enthuse the cadre.
tangible
But
impact on the
finally,
electorate.
we have to also keep in mind that our Prime Minister is a great showman. And making the two candidates stand up is part of that showmanship. So full marks to him on that count.
या सिद्धार्थ बाब ताणी टिपिकली पयलीं काँग्रेसीच्या कॅन्डिडेटाक अटॅक केलो ऑन द कॉन्स्टिट्युशन इशू, मागीर आपले कॅन्डिडेटाक उबी केले आनी उबी करून थंय ताणी तेंय स्टार्ट केलें इमोशनल पीच की मेरा भाग गोवा में मेरा भाग्य लिखा जाता है, एवरी टर्निंग पॉयंट ऑफ माय पॉलिटिकल करियर गोंयांतल्यान सुरू जाला. सो ही जी पीच आसा ती केडराक एन्थ्यूज करपा पुरती उरतली काय मतदारांचेरय ताचो प्रभाव पडटलो?
सर्टनली मतदारांचेर प्रभाव पडटलो. पब्लीक मिटिंग्स आर नॉट टू इन्फ्यूज द कॅडर. तुका लोकांच्या पार्टीचो काडर आसा पळय ताका इन्फ्यूज करपाक पब्लीक मिटिंग घेवपाची गरज ना. ती खंयच्या तरी हॉलान घेवं येता, ते इन्फ्यूज तितलेच जातले. टीव्हीचेर दाखयले म्हणून ते काय इन्फ्यूज जावपाचे ना. पब्लीक मिटिंग्स आर ऑलवेज फॉर पब्लीक, party meetings are for party. That's one aspect of the matter. Number two, as far as opposing that's the starking difference. हे लोक म्हणजे allegation करतात पळय भारतीय जनता पार्टीचेर डिव्हिजिव्ह. This was a great opportunity to literally tear him down, Viriato. But did he do that? No, except for one or two passing remarks. And did he speak about constitution तकलेर मारला, हेजेर कितें उलयला तो कांयच उलोवना. फ्लॅग हॉस्टिंग करून दिवना सेंट जोसेफ आयलंडाचेर कितें उलयला तो कांयच उलोवना. He has made a misogynistic statement against Pallavi Dempo. Has Prime Minister spoken anything about it? No. Video कालच्यान सर्क्युलेट जाता wherein पब्लिक स्पिरिटेड लोकांचेर मायनिंगेचेर कोणी पैसे काढला, कोण प्रकरण दाबता हाचेर व्हिडिओ चलता. Did Prime Minister speak anything about it? No. So Prime Minister has always spoken about, as far as this meeting is concerned, he has only given his positives and he is आता दोन लोकांक उभे करून म्हणजे आपल्या लोकांक उभे करून वोट मागतलो आणि कोणाच्या लोकांक मागतलो जर तू, दॅट्स द बेसिक थिंग दॅट ही इज सपोज टू डू. दॅट इज व्हॉट ही हॅज डन. सो आय रियली commend the Prime Minister for conducting himself in a dignified manner, and an opportunity which was there for rightly not being taken. He has not got and hit them below the belt. Nilesh
to the Prime Minister. Nilesh Bab, फायनल म्हाका एक गजाल सांगात, ही जी इमेज ताणी तयार केली, इमेजरी तयार केली, ऑप्टिक्स तयार केले. वी स्टार्टेड विथ युअर कमेंट्स ऑन हाऊ गुड द ऑप्टिक्स वेर. वी आर ऑल्सो कंक्लुडिंग विथ ऑन द ऑप्टिक्स की दोन्ही कॅन्डिडेटां उभी करून ती इमोशनल पिच करप, मेरा गोवा में मेरा भाग्य लिखा जाता है, टर्निंग पॉइंट सांगप, हे दिल्ली पावले आपल्याक कसो आदार जातलो हे सांगप. अँड आजोप अगेन हांव त्या मुद्द्याचेर येता, केडराच पुरतोच हो पिच काय वोटराकय हाजेर प्रभाव पडटलो?
So I will disagree with Dr. Samant on this, and I'll get up and say that it was to enthuse the cadres. And I'll tell you why enthuse the cadres. See, when the elections are going on, for that matter, any issues like this are going on, there is always this possibility of some sort of uncertainty rising in the minds of a cadre. Zatle kai na. So it is like this, Indian team is very well prepared. But when it is going in for a match, ते धाकधूक जाता. विराट कोहली बेगीन वतलो काय, बुमराक विकटी मेळटल्यो काय ना. ओके, सो सडनली मन जे चिंती ते वैरी ना चिंती म्हणटा पळय तसली गजाल. सो अँड when you have a public meeting like this where there is large crowd who is also reciprocating to the Prime Minister when he wants people to repeat behind him. I think this is only to extinguish those uncertainties. So this optic that he has created is an absolutely beautiful thing. It will benefit BJP. Whether it will translate into their victory or not will depend on the fundamentals. Because at the end of the day, let's just accept the fact you can enthuse, you can motivate, you can encourage. But whether will you make that person make that decision or not will entirely depend on how good the candidate and the cadres work at the ground level.
हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता. म्हाका खबर आहा शेनवारा सांजे आमचे तिनूय एक्सपर्ट्स जे आसात तांकां आमी ते खंय खंय आशिल्ले थंयच्यान आमी हाडून चर्चा करतात. बट प्रधानमंत्र्यांची ही एकच रॅली गोंया भितर जातली आनी त्या भाशणाचें विश्लेशण जावप, विस्कटावणी जावप आनी ती तुमचे मुखार दवरप हें अत्यंत गरजेचें आशिल्लें. पण क्लिओफात बाब, निलेश बाब, सिद्धार्थ बाब, पयली अत्यंत उपकारी की आमच्या विनवणेक मान दिवन वेळ ओड आसून सुद्दां तुम्ही आयले, गोंयकारां मुखार आपली मतां मांडली. हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट. नमस्कार.
थँक्यू.